Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of my Darklands series. What we're going to be doing here is playing on an Ironman account, being restricted to 2 zones, one being the Wilderness and one being Morytania, with the exception of being allowed to travel to the Lumberyard and to Edgeville, so I can go back and forth between the 2 major zones. I also have some more exceptions I've made on the account. As you can see here on screen, we are doing the Restless Ghost. It's a great starter in order to get the Ghost Speak Amulet, just so we can move on and do a lot of the major content in Morytania. There's going to be a few more. Exceptions that I do make to the account. Some of them being, I'm also going to be doing Druidic Ritual. Just to make sure that we are getting the max gains we can, especially with Herblore. Herblore is going to be a major part of what I want to do in both zones. As you can see here, I cheekily got the extra runes just so I can get that early magic grind down. You have to drop your runes in order to get the extra from the tutor. So that is something I did do. Gonna be collecting the meat here. Oh my god, this bear was a pain in the ass trying to kill. If you guys haven't noticed, a lot of this commentary is actually going to be after the fact that I did record. Reason being, I'm pretty mellow, pretty tame when I am playing. I'm not really doing live commentary unless it's going to be for a major event. As you can see here, I did collect all 4 meat for the quest. Going to be moving forward. I did pick up a cup of tea here, just in case, because I didn't have any food on me. I later will be dropping it because I thought those NPCs will be hitting me a lot harder, and I did not want to lose my hardcore status to a bunch of skeletons. But anyway, moving forward. We're going to be turning in the quest up here. As you can see, I did drop it, so we turned in the quest up here, completing Druidic Ritual, getting 3 Herblore, and moving on. I later then moved on to pickpocketing. I got to 5 thieving. Then we're going to be moving over and doing some tea stalls for about 1 inventory is what I planned on doing. And then moving from the tea stalls, I did jump over to the Wilderness and then over to Ordoon. And then we did move on to some cakes. Now I will say one of the exceptions I did make to the account was I was thieving until 32 thieving, which I should be getting here, and I managed to get, I think, roughly 500 cakes or so. I did keep those. The cakes I did keep, I'm going to be using for Wilderness Slayer, which is going to be a lot of content, and I'm going to be needing a lot of food, especially if I'm going to be in the Wilderness. I later then moved on, went back to the Wilderness, and we went to go steal from some rogues in 55 Wilderness. The reason why I did this, I used Settle's method to completing Priest in Peril. So I got 32 thieving in order to thieve from the rogues to get an Iron Dagger Poison. Now this is pretty significant, honestly. For a low level getting into Morytania, we're going to be poisoning the dog because he is a pain in the ass when he's level 32 and you're only level 5. I went ahead and I started collecting the dye materials to get the red dye, the yellow dye, and the blue dye for the Ghost Ahoy quest, just because running in between each area, especially when you have an ecto, whatever it's called, an ecto file, it can be pretty tedious, pretty annoying. So in order to make this transition to playing on a restricted Ironman a little bit easier, I figured, hey, why not just get the dye, get Ghost Ahoy out of the way. I made myself a little too much dye. I think I made 6 each, which once I'm done with the quest, I'm going to be getting rid of it anyway. I totally forgot how many dye I did need. Alright, so after collecting the dyes and all the materials I really did need to kind of start this grind, there were a few more exceptions I later then passed for myself. I'm just kind of showcasing everything that I did have at the time. So as you can see there in my bank, I have about 600 cakes, 232 bread, 90 like chocolate cakes, and I got the poison dagger. I am now showing just the zones that I am allowed to, and then I started training a little bit because I know I need my stats a little bit higher if I want to successfully take on Priest in Peril, as well as venture off into the wilderness without getting one shot. I'm going to speed up the clips to kind of just show my progress as I train up a little bit and then venture off into the wilderness to gain some money. And as shown here too, I later trained a lot on the man NPCs, and I did gain a lot of verbs. So that has been a favorite training spot lately. Alright, now this blows my mind. I cannot believe how much of a retard I was doing this. So, I play a lot of Ironman. I don't record anything, I don't really do anything, but I do play a lot of Ironman. Naturally, picking these up, I wanted to sell these to the shop. I totally forgot what I was doing, and you guys will see here, I'll pay the price in a sec. I made about 6k, and then I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And then I'm like, I gotta drop this money because I did not technically get it in the designated zones. And then I moved on and I just started Priest in Peril out of frustration. Moving on, we are gonna be, doing Priest in Peril. I think I just run immediately there. And we start the quest. So the dog was pretty simple. I just attacked the dog a few times, made sure I got a few hits on it, especially with the stats that I got from the men, and it just poisoned to death. So I did teleport back to Lumbridge. There was a reason for it. Oh, it was to start Rune Mysteries. I also thought I could get an anti-dragon fire shield, but I then realized I needed to start Dragon Slayer in order to do that, so we move on just to do Rune Mysteries. I finally did get a maze random. It is exciting to see this because of all the unique drops you can get. I shouldn't say unique, but they are pretty common. We did finish the maze at actually a really decent time. I believe it was at about 72%, 73%. Alright, so here we're still gathering the items for Rune Mysteries. We are handing the quest in now. And this will allow me to get Essence to complete Priest in Peril. As you can see here, I am mining Rune Essence in order to complete the quest. I mined just 50. That's all I allowed myself to get just for the quest. Moving forward, I will have to get my Pure S from Anku's. I used the help of one of my alternate accounts to Venom one of the Zamrock mages there. The reason why I did that is because they are on a unique NPC list, explained in one of Settled's videos. I think they generate 3 HP every 15 seconds, making them pretty much impossible to kill on a low level. So that's why I did make the exception in order to get there, in order to do that. Relatively simple to do. You just brew all your stats down to 1, you get poison darts, and you just poison them at 100% chance. Alright, we finished the quest here, and this seems to conclude episode 1. Episode 2 should be out shortly, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in, and until next time, see you later.